Today is the day that we are finally going to start moving the Lotus Evora. It's got a blown engine, which sometimes means that the car won't turn over, but in this case it does because I'm getting blow-by on cylinder 5, but the car will move under its own power. Technically, I could be driving this car as it is and it would just sound, honestly, pretty horrible and be a horrible driving experience, but we're gonna move it and I'll show you how it sounds. The first thing I have to do is we disconnected the battery, obviously, because the car's been sitting. So Optima sent me this battery as a replacement, which is good because I'm pretty sure this old Never Start is oh great, my gas springs don't work. Pretty sure that this Never Start is dead in the water, but I have these quick releases, so we're going to be able to get this hooked up pretty quickly. This is working well, but I'm currently holding up the rear deck lid with my head, so. I hear the car turning on, that noise that it's making inside the engine, which means we're getting power. Just gonna clip this in. I'm not, obviously, positive, negative. I have many years ago when I had the MR2, when I wasn't wearing my glasses in the morning, messed that up, and I've been living with the trauma of wrecking my Mega Squirt ever since. So, okay, we're good to go. Everything looks good back here. I'm gonna see if I can roll the window down before I turn the car over, just to see if we can hear how bad it sounds. Whew, I'm nervous. Oh God, I haven't sat in this car in really so long. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's go forward, my little legs. Okay, and I don't have a shifter on here. Cool. Saxon traded me for this heavy jerk. Okay, let's see. Okay, windows are good. The windows down so we can hear it. Okay, let's do it. It honestly doesn't sound that horrible, but we gotta move it, so let's see. Yep, okay. She's struggling. Oh, I think I'm stuck. Hold on. That might have been out. That might be my engine getting out. Let's hear if you can hear this. There we go. Okay. We're gonna give it a shot, and if not, we're gonna have to get Daniel to tow us out of here. Oh God, that sounds bad. Okay, well, we're out. We're out of the little rut. It smells bad. Okay, well, it moved. It moved and we didn't have to tow it over here, which would have sucked. Okay, yay. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the engine on so you guys can hear it. Cannot currently pull it into the garage because Saxon's Evora is having problems, but here so you guys can hear how bad it sounds. Yikes. Oh God. I don't like that. Okay. We're gonna turn it off now. I don't like it. That sounds bad. So every time, oh my God, that sounds horrible. Every time I turn this car on and off, like unplug it from the battery, I have to reprogram this window. So we're gonna hold it down for 30 seconds and then hold it up for 30 seconds. Otherwise it won't roll all the way up. Why? I don't know, but here we are. Now that she's out of the grass, we could take a look at some of the damage that has occurred while the car was sitting. Some of this is pretty standard, and some of this obviously, well, actually, I think some of this is really just from the car being out in the sun. Some of it is general wear, but we should be able to fix all of it. So let's see what we're working with. So if you take a look at my headlights, the clear coat is peeling and it has been collecting water. So that should be a pretty easy fix. We're going to pull those out and sand them down and re-clear them. There's paw prints on here, little paw prints from a friend. Other than that, the body is in pretty good condition, which there's really no reason for it not to be. Probably need new tires. I need to send these taillights back to get fixed. And yeah, this is the first time the car has been moved in about 6 months, so not too bad. Not too shabby. So it looks like we're going to need to do some interior work, obviously, because my rear seats. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys think I should put 2+2, my rear seats, back into the car. I should remove them completely, or if you guys think I should do something else. This is going to be my daily driver, so I really don't have a reason to, you know, weld in a cage back here. I want this to be like my long distance, my rally car, my daily driver, to get to and from Miami and all the other work that I do. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think I should do with that space back there. And then let's talk about what we have to do next. So great, so order new gas springs. So in order to get this engine out, we are going to have to remove the entire back end of this vehicle, which we have done a few times, so it shouldn't be too bad. So we're going to have to take off the sail panel, the rear hatch here, the rear bumper, undo all of the electrical components, and this part of the rear clam. And then we should have a lot of access to pull the engine out. I'm going to take this supercharger off of this engine and put it on the other 2GR that I picked up. You know what? I realized actually that I have officially owned the Evora for almost a year now, maybe actually a year, and I've never parked it next to my Lotus Elise, ever. So I'm gonna do that because I feel like that's gonna be a good moment. Wow. Oh, hello. What you doing? What you doing? Hello. This is so cool. I have literally never parked my cars next to each other, and I actually really like the mint green and the red together, but what a special moment to finally, for the first time ever, have both of my Lotuses parked next to each other. Ah! That is honestly, so the Elise was my dream car when I was a kid. So when I bought the Lotus Elise, it was such a special moment for me. And then when Schmodified had bought this Evora years ago, I fell head over heels in love with it. And they're such different cars from each other that I would never have considered selling my Elise to buy an Evora. So I've always wanted to have both as a pair, but it's really cool. It's really cool to see both of mine sitting next to each other for the first time. Like, it's one thing to say I have an Elise and an Evora, but to see them next to each other for the first time is just, feels really special. Also, now that they're next to each other, you can see some of the major differences. Obviously, I didn't line these up perfectly, but you can see kind of the size difference between the two cars, especially when it comes to the front end, because obviously the front end is shorter, the rear end is shorter, but they make a pretty good pair. They make a pretty cute team, my girls. I love them. I cannot wait to do this again once we have the Evora actually running and properly sorted, and then I get to put both of my two running, well-sorted Lotuses next to each other for the first time ever. But we have a lot of work to do before then. So if you're watching, you love Lotuses, or you just want to see me suffer and all the mistakes I make along the way, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join along for this journey. But since we aren't going to start working on the Evora, we are going to take some of the Elises out and do some rollers. And I think it'll be the first time we've driven those two Elises on the road at the same time. Let's go. Okay, let's go. I actually have to do this with two hands, so that's because I got the right key. The right key, right? Yep. No, this isn't the right key. That would help. You have too many keys. Okay, this is the problem with having too many of the same cars. Let's try this again. Move my shoes. Okay, this should be fine now. There we go. Let's get moving. We ended done. So technically when you're doing rollers, obviously if you're on a public road and you're using a truck or something like this, you really should be harnessed into the vehicle properly, but we are going less than 30 miles an hour and just being real safe on a back road right now. Not saying to do this at home, but that's how we're doing it today. Cool, and we just did a few passes with mine just for giggles, and now we're gonna switch cars. All right, now that we are done shooting my Lotus, I don't know if you can see behind me, I'm driving the truck, and we've got Saxon in the bed of the truck shooting that Elise, and Daniel driving the other Elise, so yay. This is so much louder. I think it's making like maybe 510 to the wheels right now with this K series, but man, it spools up and she is loud. But listen when it goes past us again, because you're hearing a lot of the transmission, which I think is surprising. Oh, she mean. She mean. I'll share a link to my Instagram down below if you guys want to check out how the pictures turned out. Saxon did all of them, and Daniel was driving not my car, but the other one, so we'll have to see. Stay tuned.